Cray, what kind of area is yours from? Because I've seen your area. I've seen pictures of the area where you grew up, and
Mm,
it has some beautiful street signs. I don't know if that came
yeah.
in recently or it's something. Are you lying to me about where you came from? But I was like,
Yeah,
those
so
street signs.
do you want to, am I just going to go into my childhood? Do you just want to know like everything? Do you want me to just whip out a story? Like, because I've moved a lot through my life. I've moved a lot. So I was born in Craigieburn, Victoria. My mum and dad were both mechanics, kind of struggling with money, like it was tight. My dad, was an alcoholic. So we just spent money on alcohol, beer, smokes, and then meat. I know this sounds really weird, but my dad would buy like a lot in meat, like Wagyu meat. Like we were struggling with money, but then he would go and spend all our money on expensive things, like expensive meat, and little
Oh,
things like that,
very
which is just really weird, huh? Really weird. And then some from Craigieburn, I moved to a place called Fig Tree, in a caravan park, which was a really tough time in my life. It was
How old were
awful.
you in
I
this?
was 9 years old when I moved, so I stayed in Victoria till when I was still 9, and then I moved up when my grandpa died, and my nan was living alone, and we moved into this place. I shared a bedroom with my brother, my sister, and my nan, and in this tiny little room. I had to share a bed with my brother up until the age of basically, I'd say like 15. I shared a bed with my brother because we didn't have the money to really do anything else.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So I shared a bed with my bro for a long time because we didn't have room in the house. Um, and then, yeah, what else do you want to know? Do you want? Yeah,
You were always talking about how you got into some. If things went a different way, you would be probably in a very different spot than you are now, like with the people that you hung
yeah,
out with
definitely.
compared to now.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about the people that you hung out with when you were young?
Yeah, so when I was young in primary school, I was very badly bullied, and when I moved from primary school to high school, my only friend Joel ditched me. So I entered high school. Well, he went to a different school, he didn't ditch me. He went to a different high school than I did in the first week. I have these crazy memories of my first day at high school, walking down the back oval, and there was a fight between this huge monster of a man, 18 years old. I don't really want to dox him, but he had a really interesting name. We'll call him Jason, for the sake of it. But, and I remember walking out on the back oval and seeing this man, like, he was a man to me, like I'm young and this guy's 18 and he's got blood on his hands and there's a guy on the floor in front of me and teachers are yelling and screaming and everyone's like, yeah, yelling and screaming. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm shitting my pants. So for the first year of high school, I knew a Portuguese boy named Adam, and he let me hang around with his crew for a while, and it kind of stopped me from being bullied in high school for the first year. And then in the second year, in year 8, I became an emo goth kid, because I think I was always searching for an identity. And then in year 9 and 10, I had this really weird behavior where I just would never show up to school, right? So I'm just wagging like crazy. And I hate popular people, right? At this time in my life, I'm like, screw popular kids. One day I got detention. I come into class really late. I'm in trouble. And so my arts teacher says, you have to sit next to that girl. We'll call her Samantha. And Samantha was hot, She was hot. Oh my God, Fruity. Like, I was infatuated with this girl, but I hated her. So I sit next to her and blah, blah, blah. We start talking and she says to me, you'd be really cute if you shaved off your hair. Because I had long black hair at this time.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, I've got long black hair at this time. And so I did it. I went home that night and I told Mum in the car, can I shave my hair off? Can I go back to having normal hair? I just want a normal boy haircut. Mum was like, yep, okay. Went down to the barber in Warrawong, got my hair cut. And the next day I was at the back of history class and a boy called Blake, I'd sat close to him this entire time, said, hey, you want to go smoke weed? Never talked to him before, basically. You know, obviously he didn't
After
just
the
out and say,
haircut. Wait.
yeah, after the
you
haircut,
get
the next
haircut,
day.
they're like, okay.
The next day, I'm sitting in history class, and that week was the first time I ever smoked marijuana, and I guess I was 14, 15 years old.